Dun, dun, dun. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korean Life class. My name is Keijun. 안녕하세요, Keijun입니다. And 안녕하세요, 침치입니다. Hey, welcome. It's been a while and thank you so much for joining today's live streaming. 안녕하세요, 크리스 씨, 프라티샤, 코아티, and 사카낫. Hello. And we have Sadrina. Hello, and Renuka. 안녕하세요. Thank you so much for joining it. And I'm sorry for missing last 2 weeks' classes. I'm feeling much better now, so I'm back. And 안녕하세요, 소냐, and Aaron, and Akshay. 코아티 씨 맞아요. So 오랜만이에요. So today's topic, which is supposed to be 2 weeks, the topic for 2 weeks ago, but fine. Today we are going to talk about the special rules with hyut. And if you followed my lesson, you might be wondering, hyut? We already did the lesson with hyut, right? Which is aspiration, right? Well, it's something different. And we've been doing this Hangul and Batchim class in the last, this is 14 week. So this is week 14. So we've been learning this in the last 14 weeks. And this is the last lesson of this Hangul and Batchim class. So please keep watching this video if you want to complete the Batchim rules. And what happened to next week? Next week we are going to have final exam. Yes, it sounds scary if I say it's final exam, but don't worry, it's not the serious scary exam, but it's more like a review quiz, review game. So let's review what we've learned in the last few weeks. And 아비 안녕하세요. And 코아티 씨, I'm getting better. Thank you. And Janet, 안녕하세요. And Trevor, Pavel, Yasai, you're here too. Yay. And thank you, Sadrina and Stella. Hello, Pratisha. Yay, you're here. Okay, so I think my students are here to learn Korean. So let's start that. But before that, very quick announcement. Priyanka, good afternoon. Yay. So here's a quick announcement. As you know, we are giving away this free Hangul writing worksheet. It looks like this. If you click the link in the description, you will see a page like this. Just scroll down, and you will see this blue button, right? Then you can download this for free. By the way, this is available for free for Korean Class 101 members, so make sure to sign up for Korean Class 101 or log in if you're already a member. So check it out. This is really useful because, John, this is Hangul chart. So if you want to review Hangul very quickly, here's a chart, and you can practice writing Hangul like this, and you can also learn some vocabulary. So this is completely free, so check it out. I hope you will like this. Priyanka, me too. Oh, Janet, it's so nice of you. Thank you. And Brianna, 안녕하세요. How have you been? Okay, so John, let's go back to our lesson and talk about it. John, so this is a rule. That's it. That's it. So what is this rule? What is it? So John, let me show it to you. Have you noticed? Each Korean letter looks like this block. And usually, 짜자잔, there's a consonant and vowel is here, and sometimes there are consonant. Again, this is optional. This is not always. This consonant and this vowel are mandatory. They always have to be there. But, 짠, this one. This final consonant is called Batchim, and this is optional. You don't have to put it. But some words has this Batchim and some words don't have the Batchim. It depends. And let's see. This is a Korean block. It should look the same here, right? Same. Consonant, vowel, and this is optional. This is optional, but you can put consonant. And 짠, here, consonant. So when here comes here, or when 짜자자잔, this comes here, what happens is 들은. Here sounds disappears. Here sound disappear. It doesn't make any sound. No sound. No sound. Because, let's see. This is sound, right? And this is a sound. So H and like hun. Basically, these are the air from your mouth. And these are nasal sound. So it's very difficult to pronounce this sound with nasal sound together. Basically, this Korean hill sound is very weak. So very often the sound disappears. Yes, that's the point. And this and this too. I mean, when these are combined, like there's a hit and followed by the sound, nothing happens. It just disappears because this sound is so weak, so we often ignore. If I just say this pattern, it sounds so complicated, right? So I prepared a lot of examples, so please don't worry. It's something very natural, and you will understand after looking at many examples with me together. All good? All good? Okay, so 짠. What happens is 짠. I write it here. 니은, 미음, 이응, 리을. So these sounds become 리을. These sounds become 이응. This sound become this. 짠. Basically, nothing happens because Korean sound is very weak. It's not so strong. Okay. Great. 코아티 씨 고마워요. And 페르나도 안녕하세요. And which old languages do you speak? I'm just curious, Priyanka. I speak Korean as my mother tongue. I born and grew up in Korea. And I think I'm speaking English, I guess. And I know Japanese and some French. Does it answer your question? Okay. So let's look at the example here. 짜잔. So can you read the first one? This one. It means I like it. I like it. So, for example, on Facebook and Instagram, there's a, can I draw it well? Something like this. It's like button, right? Like button. In English, you say like, right? In Korean, we use this word. And how do we pronounce this word? Simple. So if you know some Korean alphabet, you think, this goes here, so the pronunciation should sound like 조, 하, 요, right? Actually, no. Again, Korean sound, this sound is very weak. So what happens is, it sounds like 조, 아, 요. Basically, this sound disappears. As in, 좋아요. So please click on 좋아요. Please click on like on this button. Please click on 좋아요 button here. Yes, Koatis, exactly. Here, sound is omitted. Okay, Sadria, all good, okay. Priyanshu, what is it, day or night in Korea? In Korea, it's daytime now. It's afternoon, not night, not morning. Okay, so I have next example. 짠, 짠. It means I hate it. And as you can see here, maybe mom is asking, hey, do you like vegetables? Let's eat vegetables. And she's like, no, I hate it. No. How do we say that in Korean? 짠, here's a word here. 짠. So, if you know some Korean, you might think, aha, this goes here. So it should sound like 실, 허, 요, right? But you know what? Again, 짠, hit and you meet and the he sound disappeared. Hit and you means the he sounds, 짜잔, disappears. Bye-bye, disappears. So what happens is, it sounds like 싫어, 요. 싫어요, 싫어요. 싫어요 is how we pronounce. Do you hear my sound? Nope, nope. Because his sound is very weak in Korean. So very often, it just disappears. Disappears as in 싫어요, 싫어요. Do you like, what is this? Oh, this is asparagus. I like it. But well, it looks like she doesn't like it. So she said, do you like asparagus? And she's like, no. 싫어요. I hate it. 싫어요. 아스파라거스 싫어요. 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 So now you know that Korean sound, sound is very weak and it disappears when it's followed by D sound. Ta-da! Yes. D sound, right? Okay. So when nasal sound, or or no sound, or near is not nasal sound, but well, this when it meets with sound, still we don't have like or we cannot pronounce these two sounds together. Maybe you can do that in English, but in Korean we can't. Because Korean sound is very weak. So while I'm pronouncing this sound naturally disappears. Okay, Emily, 안녕하세요. How do we say asparagus in Korean? It's 아스파라거스. 아스파라거스. Asparagus is not a traditional Korean vegetable, so we don't have Korean name for it. Oh, you don't like it? I love asparagus. And so when nasal sounds meet this hit, they replace hit. It means just his sound is omitted. His sound is removed. His sound disappears. I emphasize many times because it's so important. And this also applies to the double final consonant. What does that mean? You already saw the example here, right? So these are double consonants. There are two consonants, double consonant, right? And it was applied in this case too. So now you know the meaning. So let's practice a little bit more. 짠. Can you pronounce this word? It means a lot or many. So it's an adjective. It's an adverb. It's an adverb, yes. Oh, I was about to pronounce this before testing you. Can you pronounce this? How would you pronounce? By the way, even if the pronunciation is different, we still spell like this. Spell like this. Okay. So, 짠. Hit means ing. And what happens is bye-bye hit, bye-bye, bye-bye. So, it's pronounced as 많이. Very good, Tarana and Priyanka. And Alani, awesome. So the answer is 많이, 많이. It's not 많이, 많이. Nope. No. Nope. Korean people don't pronounce that way. So it's 많이. 많이. For example, my mom made, let's say, cake. And she asked me, how much do you want? And I'm saying, a lot. 많이. A lot. 많이. And Tarana and Priyanka, you got the answer for this one already, the next word. So next word is 짜잔. Hyut and iun meets. What happens is, now you know it. Hyut disappears because Korean sound is very weak. So we pronounce it like 싸요. What does it mean? It means I pile them. So this 싸요 only means pile, but actually it's omitting this pronoun and this object. So very often in Korean, we omit the subject and object, especially subject, because it's understandable in the context and we want to make the sentence shorter. And since it's understandable, why do we have to always put? So Korean people just omit it. And 니라잖아. Oh, you want to learn Korean. And you don't know how to proceed. First, I really want you to learn Hangul, the Korean alphabet. So start with the Korean alphabet. And luckily, this lesson is week 14, but in week 1, I started learning Hangul, the Korean alphabet. So please start watching this week 1, week 2, 3, 4, 5, up to week 14. And also I did can do our serialized live streaming from week 1 to week 15. That will be very helpful after this lesson. Okay. Brianna, you're right. So 싸요 basically means to stack or to pile. So you put something. So it can be to pile or to stack. Okay. 사태함, good morning and good afternoon. Good afternoon in Korean time and good morning in your time. Okay. So are you okay with this? It's pretty simple, right? How about this? Can you pronounce it? So now let's look at it. Priyanka, I know that R will be replaced by real if I have to write my name in Korean, but I don't know about other sound. Right. You know, there is no. So there are R and L in English, right? And in Korean, we have real sound. This real sound is not exactly R, not exactly L, but we still have to romanize this alphabet, right? I mean, we still have to romanize the Korean alphabet to write the name of the station for foreigners, or for international usage, Korean alphabet should be romanized in some purposes. And it's not exactly R, it's not exactly L, but the similar sound is still R and L in English, so we use these. Okay. Aksha, you are our staff. Very good advice. Thank you. Satyam, I'm doing great. Thank you. And Christian, I usually watch re-uploaded live streaming because of our difference, but today you're finally here. Thank you. And welcome. I'm happy to talk to you in real time. Wow, Tarana and Sadrina, sorry, you already understand this lesson very well. Good job. So what happens is, taran. Well, Korean heel sound is very weak, so they disappear. So the pronunciation is like 나요. 낳아요. So 낳아요, 낳다. 낳다 basically means to give a birth. But 낳아요 is a spoken form. It's spoken form and it's a full sentence. It means I or she give a birth, or they, we. So it just, we omit the subject usually. So I don't know the subject. I just need to see the context, but I just put I. So I give a birth in Korean is 낳아요. 낳아요. And Priyanka, very good. So what happens? 짠, 짠, they meet. Then Korean H sound is super weak. So we don't pronounce it. So the pronunciation is 닿아요. 닿아요. Again, 닿아요 is how we pronounce, but we still spell like this. This is a correct spelling. This is just a pronunciation. Okay, and yes, it means I reach to it, I reach. So 닿다, 닿다. It means to reach, but 닿아요 means spoken form. It's a polite spoken form in a sentence. So when I talk to my friends, colleague, neighbor, I say, oh, I reach to it. Oh, 닿아요, 닿아요. Okay, and is Brianna, so ever pronounced as a Batchim or not at all? It's, as a Batchim, it's not pronounced. It's not pronounced. But it affects, 짜잔, the consonant coming next. For example, what example can I have? There's a hit, and for example, now the example has 이응, right? 이응. But if there's a 기역 sound, what happens is they are combined and they become 킥. And the thing is, I will not give all the details here because we did this lesson in few weeks ago, I think last month. So please check aspiration. I think week 7, 8, 9 among them. I think 8. Week 8 is the aspiration. And the aspiration, that lesson is about that. So in short, here is not pronounced as a 받침 itself. However, it affects the next consonant sound. Next consonant sound. Okay. Niranjana, you haven't learned Hangul. I see. Wow, you haven't learned Hangul, but you are learning grammar. That will be so difficult in my opinion. So please learn Hangul first. Okay, so next one. This one is something very special. So how would you pronounce this word? How would you pronounce this word? Can you please try it yourself? So first word means phone or telephone. Phone. Oh, I heard these days young people imitate receiving a phone call like this. Maybe I'm not so young, but to me this is oops, I was about to say the answer, but phone. To Korean, phone is this, and for young people who are watching this, yes. So phone, and this is very difficult word. Philosophy, yes, philosophy. Okay, so how would you pronounce this? I'm a normal Korean person. I was born in Korea and I grew up in Korea. I went to the elementary school, middle school, high school, university in Korea. So my friends are Korean, my family is Korean, my parents are pure Korean. And how do they pronounce? How do they pronounce? 짜잔. 니은 and 히 meets, right? And Korean H sound is very weak. So in daily life, my friends, my parents, my family, relatives who grew up in Korea, who are living in Korea, they pronounce like this. Korean H sound is very weak. So what happens is they pronounce it like 전화, 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 전화. Very good. Brianna, very good. 전화. This is how Korean people in real life pronounce. You're right. It's 전화. 전화, 전화. But when we pronounce quickly, it becomes 전화, 전화. Again, 전화 is the pronunciation, but actually when we pronounce quickly, it becomes 전화, 전화. But you know what? If you are an announcer who have to deliver all the words and meaning and intonation correctly in a like news program on TV, or if you're a narrator for, I don't know, documentary, then you have to pronounce 100% Korean, correct, accurate Korean, right? They pronounce like 전화, 전화. They still keep this h sound because actually Korean people we are able to pronounce this h sound as in 전화, 전화. However, in daily life, we don't pronounce each syllable so clearly. So it becomes 전화, 전화. 전화 왔어? Did you receive a phone call? 전화 왔어? 전화 받았어? 전화했어? Did you phone? Did you call them? 전화했어? 전화. But again, announcer in the news program or narrator for the documentary, they will probably pronounce like 전화, 전화, 전화. Okay, then how about this? How about this? This one, this word. Ah, I see. Priyanka, very good. Emily, you are right. So there's this word too. 전하, 전하. It means Your Majesty. So in historical Korean drama, right? The pronunciation is actually same. 전하, 전하. But again, if you are a narrator, announcer, you are supposed to pronounce 전하, 전하. And this one, 전화, 전화. But in daily life, 전화, 전화. But if you are taking the Korean exam, you probably need to do the correct one like this. But well, in Korean exam, they don't really test this, so don't worry so much. But anyway, in real life, 전화, 전화. This one too. In real life, my parents, my Korean friends, my Korean relatives will pronounce it like this. 철학, 철학. Spelling is this, but the pronunciation is 철학, 철학. However, are you aiming to become a Korean announcer or a Korean narrator? Probably not. It's not very common, but in that case, they will probably pronounce each word clearly, like 철학, 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 as in pronouncing all syllables. So please be careful. Standard pronunciation is as written here. 짠. I remove everything. So standard pronunciation would be 전화, 철학. However, in daily life, we pronounce it like 전화, 철학, 철학. Okay. 철학. 사카나, please don't forget this. 철학, 철학. Okay. And Kishore, I'm sorry. Usually when there are many emoticons at the same time, sometimes it's detected as spam. So sorry about that. But thank you so much for your comment. Okay, so we learned many words today and practiced, right? So let's look at these. Ta-da! I read these words, and so please remind, or please try to remember what the pronunciation is like. So 짠, 좋아요, 좋아요, 싫어요, 싫어요, 많이, 많이, 싸요, 싸요. 나요, 나요. 다요, 다요. And these two are a little tricky. So 짠. In real life, we pronounce it like 전화, 전화. 철학, 철학. However, when I really pronounce each word clearly to deliver the clear meaning in a news program or documentary, I will pronounce like this. 전화, 전화. 철학, 철학. Are you okay with this? And do you remember meaning? So I read and give you the meaning again. 좋아요. I like it. 싫어요. I hate it. 많이. A lot. 싸요. I pile up or I stack it. 낳아요. I give a birth or someone give a birth. 닿아요. I reach to it. And these are the tricky ones. In daily life, we pronounce it like 전화, 전화, phone. Oops, it's not 닿아요. It's not 닿아요. It should be 짠, 짠. Oops. 철학, 철학. However, for announcers, for 100% perfect pronunciation, like a dictionary, then they will pronounce like this. 전화, 전화. 철학, 철학. Okay. 코아티, you're right. Announcers always use 입니다, 입니다, because it's a formal form. They are serious, as you said. Very good. And today I tried to answer your question, but do you have another question? If so, please leave a comment on Korean Class 101 YouTube channel. I check the comment and I'll answer you there. Okay, so today we learned many words. So practice the words you learned today. Please try to read out in your room. Or you can record yourself if you want me to check your pronunciation. Or it's okay. You can just practice writing, making the sentences using the words that you learned today. So 오늘 배운 단어를 연습해 보세요. So practice the words you learned today. Priyanka, I'm still a bit confused. Ooh. Then quick review time. Quick review time. So 짠. So when, 짜다란, do you see these? 짠, 짠. What color do I have to use? So 짠. So when in 받침 position here, here comes and 니은 comes here like this, then what happens is here sound disappears. Here sound disappears. And when the order changes, for example, like 니은, 니은, 미음, 이응, 리을 comes here, and here comes here. Also in daily life, the pronunciation changes. How? Just here sound disappears. Here sound disappears. So when you speak Korean, you don't have to think about the announcer pronunciation or narrator pronunciation, because even for native Korean people like me, my parents, my friends, when I ask how do you pronounce it, they don't know how announcers pronounce, because we are not announcers, we are not narrators. So even native Korean people don't know if they have to pronounce this who sounds clearly or not. I'm just giving you some tips, because I'm sure as a foreigner, as a Korean learner, you will probably check the Korean dictionary and you are like, teacher said the he sounds disappears all the time, but why this dictionary pronounce it? Sometimes, not all the time, because who sound is mostly disappears, but in some words in a dictionary, they still stays, they still remains. And you're like, why? Teacher said it disappears. It's because some words, narrators and announcers can pronounce it. We can pronounce, but in daily life, like normal people don't pronounce it. So don't worry about the real pronunciation because even native Korean people don't know. But I'm just giving you this tip because you will, as a Korean learner, you will check the Korean dictionary and you will be a little confused. So don't worry about that too much. His sound is very weak in Korean, so they disappear in daily life. My friends who speak fluent Korean, I mean not just fluent, Korean is mother tongue for us. My family, relatives who grew up and lived in Korea in their entire life don't pronounce H sound. Not only my friends were Korean, I don't think I've seen any Korean people pronounce this H sound very clearly in daily life because it's not common. Okay. Brianna, that's an interesting question. Does nayo only mean to give a birth to a baby? It can mean birth of something else? Oh, it can mean giving a birth to a baby animal too. So it's just give a birth. Give a birth. Okay. Sakana, that's an interesting question. Next 16th week, what classes are going on? That's a good question. I'll answer that very soon. And practice that. Yes, if anyone doesn't understand this lesson, please review the class. And Priyanka, teacher, I need your help. I have a doubt. How do we read the syllable if the syllable contains two different consonants in the 받침? 받침 position, for example, is 삼다, 묵다, 앉아요, 읽다. Actually, that one, we just made a lesson about that. You can find the lesson in our social media channels. And also, we are uploading it on YouTube very soon. So please wait a little because I already filmed all the lessons and we already edited most of them as far as I know. So it's coming in, I think, in a few weeks. So please wait it. Please wait. Okay, and actually for this lesson, I already did a live lesson too. So if you check double consonant on our YouTube channel, you can find my lesson about that too. Okay, so now let me answer Sakana-chan. So week 15, we'll do the live Korean quiz show or quiz game. So we will review what we learned. And from week 16, not week 16, after the lesson, we will do standalone lessons. So we have already the topics. I'll let you know that next week. We already have, I think, next 4-month topics decided, but you know, if I give you these topics already, it's not fun. So join next week if you want to know next week's topic. I see, Koatim. So she asked, when we say something new has created, I see. We don't use it for something new is created. We only use it to the creature, like animal, or not plant, but animal, including human being. We only give a birth. 나요 is only for creature. I mean, not creature, the animal. Including insects. Okay, and Priyanka and Satyam and Kwati and Aaron and Sadrina, I'm looking forward to your final exam scores. So please join next week. It will be 1 p.m. in Korean time, June 27th. So 감사합니다. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, thank you. 감사합니다. And I see you next week. 다음 주에 봐요. 바이바이.